Hey y'all, welcome back to Age 40 Years. My name is Greg, and today we're going to be trying a little bit of some red wax whiskey. And of course, red wax oh boy. Red wax whiskey, to me, is Maker's Mark bourbon. Now, in my opinion, there is not a more consistent product than Maker's Mark. And I really, I used to say I did not like their whiskey. It's fine, just the base offering. But then I was introduced, I did a Maker's Mark tour, and I was introduced to the Maker's 47 cask strength. And man, that is a game changer. So that kind of got me engaged with Makers again. And their tour is fantastic. If you have a chance to go up there, I definitely recommend it. But I started trying their wood finish series, like the BRT, the BEP, I can't remember all the letters. But the BEP was the barrel entry proof. There's a couple different ones through the years. And I found I really liked them. I found them to be pretty interesting. I found them to be pretty complex. What I don't like about Makers in particular is, well, I shouldn't say I don't like, but their stave program where you can do the custom stave selection, I think it's it doesn't really help you pick what's gonna be of interest to you when it comes to a profile or what you might see on a shelf. That being said, if you find one you like, it makes it easy to go back and find that similar product. And my dog is barking, I apologize for that. So what I do find though is these wood finishing series I've really enjoyed, which you may make fun of me, but they are exactly that, the stave. They show the stave profile on here. So I'm gonna show you this bottle. This is the Maker's Mark, the Lost Recipe series. And what this is it's a reintroduction of a stave that they retired briefly. So that's the roasted French Mocha Stave. This one is the stave profile, and this one is 1 stave of Baked American Pure 2, 3 staves of seared French Cuvée, and 6 of the roasted French Mocha. Now this is edition 1. This is a release from 2024, and this is a normal Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey barrel finished with 10 oak staves. So a little bit higher proof than some of their standard product. Again, though, we have a 700 milliliter bottle. I didn't even notice that on this. It's a 700 milliliter bottle. I do not like that tradition. So I don't really like the direction we're going with that, but here we are. So 700 milliliter Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, Lost Recipe series, finished with the stave profile of 1 Baked American Pure 2, whatever that is, 3 seared French Cuvée, and 6 roasted French Mocha, 0 toasted French spice, and 0 Maker's Mark 46. Now, ABV on this, 55.95. Proof, who can do that math quickly? I'll wait. You, the guy who just thought of it, it's 111.9. Congratulations, good job. Edition 1 will likely get more versions of this. So, today we're gonna be tasting this. I just got back from sitting on the soccer fields for most of the day. It is a Saturday night and I am ready for a drink, and I figured no better way than Maker's Mark. I will say, with my preference towards Makers historically not being very high, when I did the tour, also we tried the cellar aged. In the cellar aged, I got to try the 2023 cellar aged. I really enjoy that product a lot, and also then trying some of the wood finish series. I think this one will be pretty popular. Now, one thing I also note is that you might have watched a review on this. You might have watched a tasting on this. That was probably like 6 or 7 months ago. As you can see, I am just failing my way through this thing. I bought this a while ago, bought it at Costco for 60 bucks of all places. Pretty excited about that. That's a good get, hopefully. But let's see how this first release in the Lost Recipe series fares with bringing back that roasted French Mocha stave. So with that, let's go ahead and give this bad boy a nose. Okay. So it's pretty strong on the alcohol, honestly, up front, but not terrible, not in a terrible way. Now I'm learning my baking spices, my allspices, my nutmegs, my hazelnuts, my all that good stuff. Anyway, my point is that I think this one's got some allspice to it. I think it's kind of vanilla-y up front. You know, I say a lot of whiskeys that I try are caramely, which they are, but this particular one, I don't really get any caramel off of it. It's not a real caramely nose. The one thing that I do think it resembles is some Four Roses. So, you know, Maker's Mark is a wheated product, but I do think this resembles some of the Four Roses I've had. In fact, I have some of the barrel strength ones up there, or barrel proof, barrel strength. I get a similar like fruity floral pattern up front on top of a little bit of vanilla. Yeah, I mean, I think the nose is good. Not overly ethanol-y, that's good. No age statement on here, so don't really know, don't know what we're working with there. Let me see what's on this side. Oh, well, damn. They wrote a whole novel over here on the side of this, but no, nothing mentioned of an age statement. So, good nose, honestly. Okay, let's try to taste it. Something there. That's gotta be. I mean, I think that you really get that Mocha Stave there. That almost tastes like a blend. Why I'm struggling with it is it tastes slightly chocolatey, which is kind of new for me in a whiskey. Never really witnessed that. I think it's almost like blending more towards dark chocolate though. Maybe somewhere in between, because you get the richness of like a milk chocolate, but I think that it's more, you get a little bit more of that kind of bitterness of dark chocolate. I get no heat off of this thing, like none. For 111.9, I am getting no heat off this thing. Oh man. I think this is a good experiment of the Mocha Stave, but on the nose or on the palate, I just, you know, for me. So here's the deal. I don't really like chocolate, which is why this one was against tall odds with me. I don't really like chocolate unless it's in particular things. So what are a couple things that I like chocolate in? I love Reese's peanut butter cups. I think I have some sitting around. If I don't have some, I usually have them pretty close. I like a good Snickers. I like there's a, not sponsored, but shout out to a chocolate company in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where I grew up, called the Brands Fine Chocolates. I like about anything that they make, particularly their milk chocolate and their caramel apple coated in chocolate. But outside of that, I don't really care for chocolate. I don't love a s'more. I don't like a chocolate donut. I don't like chocolate cake at all. Like a triple chocolate cake could not be less for me. So that being said, while I think that this is a great expression of the Mocha Stave, for me, with it having 6 Mocha Staves in it, I would probably prefer it to be like a 3 Mocha Stave and a 3 toasted French spice. Or maybe the 3 on the Maker's Mark 46. Now I know that sounds funny because I just said that I don't really like that Stave program, but here's a good example where I might say, okay, I like this profile fine, but I'd like it a little bit better with something with a little bit different profile. That being said, there's nothing wrong with this. It's just not the flavor flavors that I really truly enjoy. So on the finish, it's really, it's oaky on the finish. You know, those are the flavors that kind of come through at the end. The mocha comes through, maybe a little espresso, which I do love espresso. Now, espresso is kind of a chocolatey taste to it sometimes. I do love espresso, but I like more of a mild, kind of like a blonde espresso, and I think it's because of that. So, you know, for me, this one is, here's how I'll put it. I don't think I'll get another bottle of this. I don't know that I could at this point anyway, but I'm excited for what they're doing, because if they're gonna keep introducing new or interesting types of profiles through some of these, I think that that's something I'm into. I love coffee, but I'm not getting enough of the coffee flavor out of this. I'm getting more of the chocolate. And if we could dial that back a little and find a way to crank up that coffee or some of the flavors that are in like the Maker's 46, I think that'd be a huge win for me personally. Now if you're a chocolate lover, this is an excellent option for you. I mean, I cannot recommend it more for somebody who's like, man, I really like chocolate. For me though, it's not me. So I will not be backing it up, but I would recommend you try it, especially if you can find this at Costco still. Home run. Just from the experience of trying what they're doing. I look forward to seeing what Makers comes out with, and I think we're in for some interesting, if not hopefully delicious future treats. So with that, you know, I would like to, of course, say, as all great YouTubers and people like me say, please like this video if you enjoy it. Please leave a comment. I would really appreciate that. It helps me be able to respond to you. Please subscribe if you want to get more content, and please drink responsibly. I think that's the most important message of all. So please drink responsibly, and cheers.